Hello everyone, I'm Chuck Lazenby, Executive Director of the Unity Project for Relief of Homelessness in London. I greatly miss the opportunity to see you all at a live event, but I'm very grateful that you've joined us for this online version of the 11th annual Up with Art. This is the second time we've done this, and certainly since the last, it's been a very difficult year for everyone. Some of us have struggled and been affected more than others, whether that's through illness or the loss of loved ones, increased anxiety or depression, financial hardships, and certainly the overall debilitating stress of it all. We've all been forced to adapt to new ways of living and connecting with each other. And the last year has been no different for Unity Project. It's been a really tough year for us. And I'd like to share with you a small part of that story. When the pandemic hit just over a year ago, we were just emerging from a pretty miserable winter. Shelters were full and more people than ever were sleeping outside due to the higher rents, the low vacancy of affordable units, and growing poverty. The cost of surviving increased while social assistance rates remained tragically low. As London shuttered its doors, we struggled to keep ours open safely. It was impossible for us to maintain physical distancing in our small, crowded shelter. And in the early days, we didn't even know anything about PPE, let alone have a supply in our stock. We shifted operations to a hotel within just a couple of weeks. There we doubled our occupancy, prioritizing seniors and those with pre-existing health conditions, which make them vulnerable to the worst effects of the virus. We adapted, and we continue to adapt to all new developing information, systems responses, and doing that work in partnership with our community. We continue to help our participants obtain and maintain housing and to move unsheltered folks into the hotel as space becomes available. We are working very hard and under extreme pressure. We have, for most of the year, with cases only escalating over the past couple months, kept the worst of COVID-19 at bay from the population we serve. But in the meanwhile, there's also been an opioid and overdose crisis, which continues to ravage our community, and we've seen too many lives lost as a result. We are dwelling in an uncertain future. We have funding to stay at the hotel until the end of June, and though we hope that continues, while the pandemic remains a threat, we have no guarantees. But we do know one thing for certain. We can never return to our Old East Village facility, at least not in the same form we left it. We were seeking a new building or land on which to build before the pandemic, recognizing that our facility, as much as we loved it and as wonderful as it was in so many ways, was just too cramped to support best practice in our programming. It is a time when London needs our program and services now more than ever. And it's also now the time for us to find a new home. And this is where you come into our story. And why you need to give to Money Now. For this year's Money Now, an anonymous donor has put up a matching gift of $20,000, and your donations will be matched dollar for dollar up to $20,000. And we're going to ask you to stretch for us and make sure we hit a $50,000 goal by Up with Art's close at 9 p.m. on Saturday, April 24th. So please give your money now. Help us reach our goal to help Unity Project continue to go beyond just beds and meals, to go beyond keeping people alive just another day, and to help prevent and end the experience of homelessness for people in our community. Thank you so much for your support. I hope to see you in person next year, and do remember to please bid generously.